Welcome to my first of hopefully many vlogs depicting my little and at times exciting life. This trip meant more to me than just the time to travel and discover a new country I've never been before. It was my first ever holiday with a partner, which to my surprise felt very different from being on a trip with friends or family. Regarding my first impressions, the first thing that stood out for me was the evening atmosphere. It felt peaceful and lively. Walking by the harbour was naturally romantic and not effortful, which made the first night really special. Our second day started with a takeaway breakfast from this really cute cafe, and then we made our way to Balos Lagoon, which we first had to take a 1 hour long bus to a nearby city, from where we then took a jeep. So we joined a group that took us to the top of the lagoon, and then you have to walk 30 minutes down steps to reach the beach. What made this beach memorable, aside from how beautiful it was the amount of goats roaming around wanting both food and attention from tourists that would then give them food. They were cute, but frankly, any animal that charges at me is a big no-no. Luckily, no goat was able to steal any of our food or belongings. Here you can witness pain, suffering, disappointment over a very cheap umbrella that we bought, which could have never stood up against all those winds we were experiencing. Greek food only recently stole my heart, and this was one of the best dinners. We had grilled octopus, fresh tzatziki, Greek salad. In short, we went all out, and believe me, nothing was left on the table, not even the breadsticks. Of course, every holiday must have some drama. I managed to successfully cut my foot on a rock, and I'd never thought that I would miss my water shoes. Something that I always love when I visit a new place is exploring the different neighborhoods, especially ones that have a history. My favorite neighborhood in Chania was Stepanis, which is one of the oldest districts of the old city. It is famous for its 17th and 18th century Venetian architecture, where many Christians used to live. Now it has many cute streets and small vendors. Some people fall in love with Greek cats, whereas I immediately fell in love with burrata, filled with semolina custard filling, making it my #1 favorite dessert that I could eat day and night. You have to try it when you come to Greece.
Komplett neu gemacht.
Genau, und die Frauenrolle, ja.
And this was our view from
From the castle. The fortress.
Rethymno is much smaller than Chania, and we managed to see all the landmarks in half a day. We visited the fortrezza, which to our disappointment was not as well preserved as it should be. There was one Orthodox church of Agia Ekaterini inside the fortrezza, which contained a special energy that stayed with me.
I don't give autographs anymore. I'm retired.
I have not read many Greek mythological stories, but on occasion I would read a description of the mystical and startling Aegean Sea. and it truly is magical. I now understand the allure and the importance of it to the Greek people. I recently read The Outline by Rachel Cusk, who, in my opinion, described Greece in a very raw and at the same time beautiful way, and it goes like this. Then the arching road curved around and began to descend, and there was the sea, blazing blue beyond a khaki-coloured scrubland littered with low abandoned buildings and unfinished roads, and the skeletons of houses that had never been completed, where skinny trees now grew through the glassless windows. By day 4, we reached Heraklion, which is the capital of Crete, where we continued to enjoy the Aegean Sea and more Greek food. The one downside, which we did not realize when planning our trip, was the amount of time it takes to reach the famous beaches and the limited number of buses each day, because Crete is much larger than other Greek islands. Day 5 was the day I was most looking forward to because it was Knossos, Knossos Day. It is a Bronze Age archaeological site built by the Minoan civilization and most famous for the Greek myth of Theseus and the Minotaur. It is one of the earliest cities to date, which you can see by the remains of a multi-story house. I visited Pompeii 2 years ago, and similar to Pompeii, images cannot transmit the scale of the place. It was crazy to see how much art, jewelry, sculptures, and ceramics were found here, especially considering how well preserved they were. The Minoan civilization is thought to have had a matriarchal system, which is evident in how women are depicted. For example, here you can see 2 women in a powerful stance holding snakes. Another remarkable discovery that I found interesting was their faith represented by the widespread presence of 2 symbols, the bull and the double axe. It is strange realizing how advanced some of these civilizations were. I thought these sculptures were very wholesome as they depicted 2 people hugging, a symbol of friendship, love, support, connection. Unfortunately, we fell victim to the delicious seafood or any other raw food that may have caused both of us to be quite sick for a few days.
Morosini.
Overall, Crete gave us many memories to share with one another and hold on to when we missed the clear, turquoise waters, the warm welcoming sun, and the comfort of Greek food. Out of the 3 cities, I loved Chania the most, and that is the place that I would 100% recommend to anyone traveling to Greece. Rethymno was more expensive and Heraklion felt too touristy at times. However, Knossos Palace with the archaeological museum is a must. Regarding the beaches, our top 2 places were Balos Lagoon and Pelagia, which had deep enough water to properly swim in and cozy little restaurants. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed my first vlog. Stay tuned for more videos to come very soon.